Good morning, everyone. My name is Shoshanna Gross. I'm the manager of major events with the Ohio Restaurant Association, and today I am joined by our very own Laura Morrison. Welcome, Laura.
Hey, thanks for having me today. Here we are in December already. And, as we approach the end of the year, I was thinking that it would be a great opportunity to reflect on the service that Ohio Restaurant Association has provided to members in the Ohio restaurant industry.
I love that plan. So let's dive right in. It's been a really tough year for our industry and for everyone. But what's been going on? What have we done so far?
Yeah, reflecting back for everybody, we looked at. I started looking at January and February because that was BC or before COVID-19 pandemic time, and it started out well for the industry, and it started out well for the Ohio Restaurant Association and Ohio Restaurant Association Education Foundation. And so our focus, our organization's focus, then and now, of course, has been on providing a lifeline and business support for restaurant industry owners and operators, Shoshanna. And as you know, we held our lovely, very successful Mid-America Restaurant Expo in February. And then at the same time, we had our Chairman's Council and Industry Awards events. Yeah, that was the same weekend, if you recall. But the National Restaurant Association then held its Human Resource and Risk and Safety Expert Exchange Group also in February. And these events collectively just brought industry professionals together and throughout the restaurant organizations, from owner, operator to GM, line cook, server, bartender, all of our friends together to, learn and experience intellectual growth opportunities. And we looked forward to a great 2020. Then I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but COVID hit.
In case you hadn't noticed.
In March, our organizations went immediately into that survival and recovery mode, supporting the restaurant industry. And having built relationships with state government and regulatory leadership, our staff and board leaders were sought out to represent the industry. The Ohio Restaurant Association, the association fought hard to keep restaurants open for delivery, takeout, drive-through, and then, of course, to reopen dining rooms back in May and to keep them open. So we're thankful our restaurants were given this ability to continue serving their communities. We're thankful our industry professionals were able to support their communities, many who had their public transportation closed for weeks. Do you remember that? Our restaurant industry has been able to provide hot meals and a smiling face to serve all desiring a timely and delicious meal, sometimes just in need of someone else to cook for them, which is our restaurants. So throughout the year, this ORA staff and volunteer leadership has provided continuity, information, knowledge, and advocacy to help with the survival of the industry. And as a state restaurant association, our servant leadership is dedicated and solely focused on the success of the restaurant industry operators, and valued employees. So basically, if anyone has a food service license, we're here to serve you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. And it some of that, it's sort of hard to remember that was all in the same year. So I know that we sort of had our plans for 2020 like everyone did. And some of those came through and we were really successful in the beginning portion of the year. And then we had to really kind of dig into the core of what the Restaurant Association does, which is fight for and serve our members. And I know that we had some good successes within, the crisis of the times. Can you touch on some of those?
Yeah, sure, Shoshanna, you are right. As the largest food service specific association supporting the Ohio restaurant industry, our team, and I'm so glad to have you on our team and the rest of our team members, we have just been and will continue to accomplish key wins for the industry. As I touched on, the ORA fought hard and won to have those restaurants reopen, our restaurants reopen in May. We're battling to stay open and limit restrictions while operating safely. We continue to challenge announcements labeling the restaurant industry as the culprit for the continued spread of the virus. We continue to seek corrected action and scientific data on that front. And with the Ohio Restaurant Promise, we put that together in partnership with health officials across the state, owners and operators can make a commitment to safety and sanitization as they educate both employees and guests on requirements and best practices. So I would encourage everyone to take the promise and to order their free window decals. And you can do that at ohiorestaurantpromise.com. We also went into just a couple of things that we are excited about, that the ORA's Unified Industry Voice Campaign. And what that did was it's ongoing, and it provides clarifications for operators as they navigate through the continued pandemic. And the ORA, the Ohio Sanitarians Community, which is the Environmental Health Association, and Franklin County Public Health, we partnered together to create that easy to use set of guidelines and flow charts to help operators keep facilities open and employees and guests safe. So we house that on our website, ohiorestaurant.org. So would encourage people to go see that too. And as you know, we put together those business impacts, which is our e-newsletter, and that we put out a couple of times a week, sometimes more than that. And I would encourage people to, go in and look at past issues at our ohiorestaurant.org. And then we have a section on that, so you can find it there. And it houses our on-demand webinars. And I know we have some great ones planned for 2021 as well. And then we continue to share lots of information on our social media channels on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And, it is one of the things that is important. We also publish our daily dose, which is our videos on those channels and also on YouTube. And we're continuing to manage a high volume of communications through telephone calls, texts, webinars, emails, really to keep the industry in the know and provide solutions. And as your primary resource in Ohio's restaurant industry, we make your voice, our members, heard at the state, local, and national levels. Representing our industry is vital, and the ORA is in regular communication with elected officials in conjunction with the public affairs team at the National Restaurant Association on relief and recovery efforts. So all of that to say, we remain diligent on legislative issues to protect the hospitality operators. And we, in that vein, we've kicked off a comprehensive plan, including the grassroots activation, communication with elected officials, and it's called the Blueprint for Restaurant Revival with the National Restaurant Association. And it's, I hear every day, we hear every day that, the additional support from the federal government is necessary. And so that revival and that blueprint is out, and we are fighting for that every day. If you'd like to know more about that, you can head over to restaurantsact.com or just find it on our YouTube channel or on our website as well. So I look back and I think, why are we doing all of this? Well, it's critical. Our restaurants, food trucks, caterers, bars, breweries, and other food service operations, receive a constant flow of information to keep guests and employees safe.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I will just say that if anyone is interested in finding out more about those resources, our website is a really great place to start. ohiorestaurant. What just happened.org. I was going to say ohiorestaurant.com, but that's not right. ohiorestaurant.org. Please start there, and then the staff is always available to support and help in any way that we can. So we're not stopping with 2020, obviously, and 2021 is fast approaching. What can we expect?
Yes, we're all looking forward to shutting the door on 2020. I think all of our viewers can say that, and we certainly say that. So the ORA will continue to provide everyone with critical, up-to-date information and direction on the recovery and relief efforts. So viewers, please know that your restaurant association staff, board, fellow members, we are continuing to work together to elevate our outreach on your behalf with regulatory agencies and elected officials. So if you'd like to participate, and trust me, we need your participation, please reach out to us. We work tirelessly on advocacy, education, and additional opportunities to keep you informed about, the evolving rules, regulations, and information at the state and local level. And we need everyone to do that. So we are available by email and by phone, and we have spoken with thousands of you and will continue to be available for you. We look forward to continuing to assist you in any way possible. You are part of a large community of restaurant and food service professionals throughout the state of Ohio and through the National Restaurant Association and the Ohio Restaurant Association, all fighting on our industry's behalf. So I would also encourage you, if you're not a member of the ORA yet, let's take care of that. You can do so online at ohiorestaurant.org. You just have to click the Join Now button and fill out the form. And we are all stronger together. So reach out to us. Thanks for having me today, Shoshanna.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Laura, and thanks for helping us wrap up 2020. I think everyone's excited to bring in the new year, so I was glad to have you.